The ring knockout of the year 2023, obviously against a great opponent like Alex Pereira. The rivalry we had going into that fight, I always knew I could beat him. I always knew. So for me, it was just cool to get that moment done. And again, that moment wouldn't be possible without Alex. And look at what he's doing now. Yeah, so thank you, Alex. Obrigado, brother. I appreciate that. And again, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that because you've given me one of the best moments in the game ever. Salute. Ooh. Let's see.
All right, Engage has a brand new tee design.
I do like this one though, I'll tell you that. I do like Kurt, shout out to Kurt from Engage for coming up with this concept and getting it designed beautifully. I fuck with that heavy. You know what's funny? I forgot about a lot of these. So yeah, let's go through it. All right.
Knockout of the year 2023, fight of the year 2019, fighter of the year from multiple different outlets in 2019, 2020, 2021, middleweight world champion, two-time middleweight world champion.
Fight of the year
2019.
2019, that was against Kelvin Gastelum in one of the greatest fights in humankind history.
One of the greatest runs to the title.
Yeah.
5 fights in 14 months.
Yeah, true. When I just made a debut. Yeah, actual, that's facts. And I didn't take the easy way. I fought a lot of tough guys to get to that point. And then fighting a tough guy to claim the belt as my title fight. That was rough. That was one of those moments you had to really, but again, it created for, you know, the legacy, the story. It was like a beginning to one of the best title reigns in UFC history. And I have none other than Kelvin Gastelum to thank for that because he was a tough game opponent who pushed me, who brought out the best in me in the fight, who really dared me to be great. So yeah, thank you, Kelvin, for that. And
yeah, the iconic moment going into the fifth.
Yeah, into the fifth round. That's always going to be one of those moments that's replayed in my highlights forever. Because in the fifth round, before the fifth round, it was 2-2. And he hurt me in the fourth round with a head kick. Very, very placed chest move. And then before the fifth round, I just looked at him and I said, you're not going to beat me. I'm prepared to die. And again, I meant that. I always remember that feeling. I remember the moment, but I remember the feeling I felt when I felt that. I felt so like free. Like, that's it. If this is it, this is it. But I'm gonna try and kill him. And again, we had that crazy fifth round, one of the best rounds in fighting history. Yeah, I'm just happy to be a part of that. And again, thank you, Kelvin, for giving me that moment. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
Next, we have Fighter of the Year. So this, I knew I got it before. I knew I've had it before, but I didn't realize I got it 3 years in a row. I forgot till someone reminds you and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. Because I've done so much in this game, so it's nice to be reminded with things like this, how far you've come. You can look back and I think back about it now, it's like, fuck, that was a crazy run, eh? To be Fighter of the Year, 3 years in a row. I'm sure someone else has done it, but yeah, I did it too. Let's say there's two-time champions on there.
One is just your first time.
Oh, my first time, okay. Oh, my first defense. We don't need to talk about that.
No, your first time getting the title.
That was Kelvin.
Whitaker, no?
Nah, that's my first defense.
First defense,
That's my first defense. Knockout of the year, yeah. Let's go knockout of the year. So that one, the ring knockout of the year 2023. Obviously against a great opponent like Alex Pereira. The rivalry we had going into that fight. Him in the previous fight beating me in Madison Square Garden after I fucking did the same thing I did in Brazil. And he did the same thing he did in Brazil and just finished me in the end, at the last round. I went into this fight with just nothing to lose. The pressure was all on me. I put so much pressure on myself. I came in different. I came in with a different mindset in that fight. Yeah, that moment right there. And it was cool as well because that fight week, we had the link up with Muhammad Ali's brand. So we had the t-shirts going, had the promos with Muhammad Ali. And then to get the knockout in the Muhammad Ali fashion against a giant like Alex Pereira, almost like a rope-a-dope, but on the fence. And then just, it was crazy though. People don't realize, because I was pushing that fight. I might have won the first round. I was pushing. I was trying to fucking take him out. But then it was do or die in that moment. It was really do or die in that moment, and I rolled the dice. I always knew I could like beat him. I always knew. So for me, it was just cool to get that moment done. And again, that moment wouldn't be possible without Alex. And look at what he's doing now. He's the UFC light heavyweight champion. He's fighting Accolades next, but who knows? He might go up to heavyweight as well. Yeah, so thank you, Alex. Obrigado, brother. I appreciate that. And again, we've shared words personally, me and him, privately. So I'll say this, thank you From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that because you've given me one of the best moments in the game ever. Salute. And then that also led to being the one and only two-time UFC middleweight champion. And that was an achievement for me just because no one else has ever done it, not even the greats of the greats. So yeah, to get that done in that fashion against a great fighter like Alex Pereira, and then to become the one and only two-time UFC middleweight champion, history in the making. And yeah, now we're in a different spot. We're having fun. And I'm not gonna spin the block, but it always spins the block, eh? Not me, it does, so it's gonna come back. And yeah, when it comes back, I'm gonna play the game differently. So yeah, let's go. But again, this is a cool t-shirt, one of my favorites so far, and it's reminiscent to like a Kobe or Michael Jordan-esque ring type shit, you know?